Young was coming in, and now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house. I'm a stand-up mind. You better believe it, cause today won't be your day. I can guarantee it, you should turn and walk away and get to leaving, or I'll let this 12 gauge do all my speaking. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. And all I see is red, boy. I told you not to cross that line. I'm giving you a chance, boy. You see the devil in a glance, boy. So I can knock you out your pants, boy. I told you not to fuck with mine. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house.
I got a baby girl inside this house, and right now she's sound asleep. So it's probably best for the both of us if you just turn around and leave. Cause if you
Holy cow, it's that time of the day. It is time for the nightcap. It's just one more. Your Mimi's Makings Emotions Warrior Logistics super late models right here on the dirt, on the concrete, at the Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. Sean, qualifying underway.
And we are doing qualifying by the cars here tonight, not the one-shot wonder that everybody comes out and qualifies at the same time. We are going to bring the cars one at a time. So Eric Skolf on the speedway there. You see him, the number 50 machine, the $1 Million Motorsports entry, making his way around the track. And he's going to come out, lay down a 16.336 on his opening lap. Jerry, good evening to you. Great to be here at the Bristol Motor Speedway for tonight's Mimi's Makings and Motions Warrior Logistics Super Late Models.
Time out. I got to go to the Dingus.
The Dingus is a long ways away from the Bristol Motor Speedway.
Because I never watched time trials.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, we're doing group time trials here. Here's Tyson Pankow out on the track now. He's second quick right now.
Oh, who else is out there?
Looks like Travis Gardner, Eric York, James Clausen, and Joseph Lavalley have all put times in thus far.
Yeah. Golf right now, quick on the time chart. Pankow with a second quick. Here's Richard Murtaugh on racetrack right now. Oh, I better get the live look-in feed going. I was watching how to how to clean your truck. This was a Facebook video tonight. I was watching.
How to clean your truck. What did you learn so far?
It's some two-step product deal I was watching. So
like step 1, vacuum. Step 2, clean the rest.
No, it's you put it in the foam can. The foam cannon's the thing right now. And they were showing that stuff, just like Matthew Logan was showing him that he is 8th quick right now. Just a touch faster than Joseph Lavalley. But look at that. Skolf still quick on top. We're talking about washing truck. I was talking about finding the there it is.
Oh, you got the video. There's Alex Bergeron, 3-time world champion. Oh, next group of 3 coming onto the track. Austin Carr, Daniel Powell, and Alex Bergeron. Next 3 good drivers to, we got 4. Adam Hommerding going to come out onto the speedway in the 42 machine. So this is your next group of 4 for group qualifications tonight of the Mimi's Makings and Motions Warrior Logistics Super Late Models.
Eric Skolf, though, still quick time. Will that change as the racetrack changes and starts to widen out just a little bit? Rich Murtaugh said he's back again watching.
What a fantastic fan he is. Rich Murtaugh, he's always here with us watching the Facebook feed. Thanks for tuning in again, Rich. Patricia is always here with us as well. She's fantastic to see her tuned in here each and every Sunday night for the World of Thunder. The season that's starting to wind down next Sunday night. Going to be the capstone night of this season here on World of Thunder.
Yes, and apparently, Sean, I heard from I did get called to the production trailer after the big blocks.
I did too.
I mean, if you get the same talk I got, apparently we're not on the call for the big box of supers next week.
I didn't even get a talk. I just walked in and he handed me an envelope, and I haven't looked at it yet, but there's this pink piece of paper inside there. So yeah, I figure it's probably an invite to some like Easter party, and so it's festive. It's that's my guess. Is
I think yes, I think it must be we're going somewhere for Easter.
Yeah. Jason Salter going places, not just for Easter. He goes quick time, a 16.336. That'll bump Skolf back to 3rd. Austin Carr right now is 4th quick. Look, Dylan Yeager just jumped up to the 6th spot, a 16.404 for that 48 machine.
Chuck Taylor Jr. tuned in from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Holy goodness, Richard Murtaugh, thank you for the 2,000 stars. And just so you know, that is his 18th straight week of sending stars.
Awesome. How awesome.
Awesome.
What did you say? Did you say something about Oklahoma?
Chuck Taylor from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I've lived there during the week in January for about 12 straight years at the Chili Bowl.
Do you know how tall the corn grows in Oklahoma?
I thought that was like the wind comes sweeping through the plains and the wind is
Where the corn grows as high as an elephant's eye. Oklahoma, okay.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
See, you're
Oh,
following.
I know
you're following what I'm
exactly.
doing here.
I mean, I've seen it. I've seen it in high school productions and the professional tour. Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plains.
Yes.
Do. Why are we breaking into? Oh, it's because it's our last super late model feature. Look at there, man. I look fast in that 127. It is. We'll see how fast he is. Right though, now he's 10th. He's a 10 right now. Somebody's eye. He's a 10. Let's see what he does.
MIL.
Man,
Oh, look at that. Ryan Underwood up there. 16,274. Ryan Underwood picking it up, laying it down with the 16,274. He'll set quick time now here for the Mimi's Makings and Motions Warrior Logistics super late models. You see Travis St. Clair down there in the staging lane, ready to come on out. Continue on group qualifications here tonight at the Bristol Motor Speedway. 35 entries here tonight at my last count here, Jerry.
3-5. There's Mason
Yes.
Mob out there. Travis St. Clair. Of course, I'm going to Race City, USA next weekend.
You are.
Race City, Mooresville, North Carolina.
It's nice to head out there. Hopefully it's nice and
mean,
warm for you.
It'll be nice and warm in a controlled booth sitting next to Ralph Shaheen. So I mean, it will be nice. I hope the evening is nice too. I'll be down there for a couple of days. Like we said in the big blocks, got to go do some voiceover work for the Speedway Motors IMC Super Nationals shows coming up on MAV TV here in the near future. So watch out for those.
Looking forward to that. I don't have nearly as cool of a thing to go do next week. I'm just going to be off racing my toy radio-controlled race cars at a national event, and won't be able to make it back. Well, no, they don't have the price tag of a toy. That's for sure.
Hey, I bet you know who's going to be there racing with you? My buddy Justin Waller.
He is.
And he drives for Team J Van Sports.
Yes, he's got the cool J-Van Sports logo on there. Although I've never seen him wearing the J-Van Sports shirt. I'll have to make sure to pack mine for the weekend.
You know, he's too much of a tightwad to go to jvansports.com.
Yeah, but they're not expensive at all.
No, I mean they are cheaper than taking a race car to Bristol. That's how inexpensive they are.
Oh, that is the truth. As Underwood, Salter, Skolf, Carr, and Pankow remain your top 5 in our group qualification efforts here tonight. As you see, Evan C. jumping up to the number 2 spot, a 16.312. Evan C. fast. Brent Carter, he'll shoot up the third quick there, 16.317. Let's see what C does on his second lap here. He'll stick with the 3.12 for Carter. His second lap effort will stick with the 3.17. He'll go 16.470. So Underwood, C, and Carter, top 3 from Team VLR right now in our Mimi's Makings and Motions Warrior Logistics qualifications.
Team VLR, they had a presence at the Bristol Dirt Nationals. I saw Howard Weaver and the gang all decked out and making all kinds of appearances down there. Rolling
Looks
around.
like that may
I think
just
we're
about do it.
34 cars timing in, and Ryan Underwood goes quick time. Evan C., Brent Carter, Jason Salter, and Eric Skolf, I believe, with 34 cars. We'll probably see 5 heat races, and those would be your pole cars for tonight's heat races.
Very, very cool.
Congratulations, Ryan Underwood, for going quick time tonight here at Bristol.
Great race earlier tonight. The Envision Custom Graphics Big Blocks. They were here on the dirt at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Great race over there earlier this evening. So if you were a part of that, thank you for tuning in. Maybe you tuned in for the 410 sprints before that, or the street stocks that got our Super Sunday Fun Day underway. Thanks for tuning in. Or if you're just here for the nightcap, good to have you in here as well as we bring you the fourth event of the day. Yeah.
I've been hearing rumors. I've been hearing rumors that there could possibly be. I might be working on the details. I might have to see about getting this thing put together. Bang Banger Nationals at Bristol. The Triple B.
Oh, yes.
The BBNB. I think we might have to talk with production crews, and because they make a Kia that you can race on dirt, and we could have Bang Bangers here at Bristol. I'll have to talk to Jedediah and the rest of the Yoder family to see if we can maybe make that happen from Beaver Valley. I'll have to see if we can get the boys on top of that.
There you see your first results from qualifications here tonight for the Mimi's Makings in Motion Super Late Models Underwood C. Carter Salters Golf, as we talked about your top 5 car, Pancow Ray, Ruggiero, and St. Clair in the top 10 qualification spots here tonight, as we will have 3 qualifying heat races here this evening. Heat race number 1, they're in the staging area. Jerry, let's take a look at the starting grid.
Oh, it'll be for Team VLR, Ryan Underwood on the pole, the 46, Jason Salter the outside on the Rocket Esports ride.
Second row, Tyson Pancow, the number 91. He'll line up third. Travis St. Clair, the Rocket Esports number 13, is your fourth starter.
Huey Quillen drives for Team None. They're on the 4 machine. And Richard Murtaugh Jr. on the Rocket Racing setups, number 33.
Going back there to the 7th starter, that's Alex Bergeron, the Team ABR Esports car number 12. 8th starter, Corey Sibley, the Tail Tag and Motorsports car number 999.
It's Mario Perez from Florida. They're in the 71. And Brandon Freeberg, see his teammate Huey Quillen. Team None, they're starting 10th.
And your 6th and final row. Yes, 6th and final row, Eric York for Sub-Zero Racing. On the inside, outside, that'll be Joseph Lavalley, the Lavalley Motorsports number 78. 12 times around on these heat races, Jerry. 12 laps the distance. Top 4 are going to go to the main event here tonight with the World of Thunder's Mimi's Makings and Motions Warrior Logistics Super Late Models. And we've got a treat in the A main here tonight. Let's not let the cat out of the bag just yet, but stick around for tonight's main event. It'll be a show for sure.
You bet. Tyler Schultz sending 50 stars, his 4th week of sending stars during Supers. Thank you very much. I still need to get confirmation if Joseph Lavalley is related to the Amsoil snowcross racer from Minnesota, Lavalley. And he is now. If you go, now, I don't think we did, but if we can get confirmation, I mean, if he isn't, that's great. But if he is, that's awesome, because Lavalley put together that snowmobile video where it rode my snowmobile to work, and it shot downtown Minneapolis, St. Paul, and he's ramping from parking garage to parking garage and parking garage down to the ground. I mean, nice. It's crazy whacked out video, but it's awesome. Ooh, he's from Ontario, so we'll have to find out. I think Lavalley that rides the snowmobiles from Minnesota. Ooh. Speaking of riding, holy boy, howdy! They got to get up and ride the horse if you're going to get to the front. Ryan Underwood, your race leader, is a hustle down the front straightaway.
Salter in that 2nd spot as ahead into turn number 1. Huey Quillen runs in 3rd, and right now Travis St. Clair's got the final transfer spot. You see them in the blue 13. Look at this battle. That's Alex Bergeron, 1 out of a transfer. Richard Murtaugh coming to his inside. Bergeron, hard right turn. Oh, something going wrong on the number 12 machine, and we've got a caution here early on in this one. Wow, Jerry, I am not sure what happened there to the Team ABR Esports car number 12. You see, everything's just fine. This is heading down into turn 3. Bergeron in the middle. Murtaugh on the bottom, and the car just takes off to the right. And that is done for. Absolutely done for. Saw Tyson Pancow. There's the 91 machine. Corey Sibley, the 999. He's in the mix there as well. Here comes Pancow, the 91. Going to get damage to the front end as he gets in to Mario Perez in the 71. Boy, oh boy, what a wreck over here in turn 4.
Wow. So fire and safety saying everybody A-OK. So, yeah, I mean, it just looks like, wow. Let's see what happens here. I mean, you just see that thing snap hard to the right.
Yeah.
You watch Alex's hands. I don't know if, not sure what happened there. But you just watch right here, car sets, and then hang tight, hang tight. Whoa.
And Alex, you see him turns back to the left, but to no avail.
Taking a look there. Big crash down there. Not what you like to see.
Yeah, not sure what happened there. In the real world, would be probably speculating about right front suspension breaking, something along those lines. But really hard to say what is going to put Alex Bergeron behind the 8-ball here tonight. And he had a lot of passing to do earlier tonight in the big blocks, was able to do so. And we'll have to see how far that number 12 machine can come through the field here tonight with the Supers.
We'll have to tee. So I'm looking here a little bit on Team Lavallee was established in 2019 with professional snowmobile racer Levi Lavallee and Glenn Kafka. Team Lavallee has been one of the most versatile and dedicated professional race teams to hit the snow. It doesn't tell me where they're from. I know they race a lot in Minnesota, and they race Amsoil. They ride for Team Polaris. I do know that. That's why I like him, because he's a Polaris guy. Off of turn number 4. Here we go. Green's up. Back underway. Sean Ryan Underwood going to lead the field on in.
There you see the 13 of Travis St. Clair, your final transfer right now into tonight's main event. He follows Huey Quillen. Quillen right there on the tank of Jason Salter, who runs in the second spot. The 13 of St. Clair able to pull away a bit from Mario Perez. Now Richard Murtaugh and somebody else got into the wall was Perez down there in turn 1. Tyson Pankow's got damage, and there you see a whole lot more damage to the Perez number 71 as we'll take a look at this incident on the Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. Keep your eye on Mario Perez, that 71 machine, as he sails down into turn 1. Same thing. Car just hooks and heads to the right. Ouch.
Wow.
Boy, very similar to the Bergeron incident down here in turn 1.
That's a hit.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to tell you, I did watch the some of the stuff from the Bristol Dirt Nationals, and I'm not going to lie, Sean. You and I talked about it. There are some crashes that made me pucker.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I mean, thank goodness, I'm that modified wreck that was on the back straightaway. I know both of those drivers that were taken to the infield care center, and thank goodness they were able to walk away after that incident. But it's just the speeds that they carried around this place, and it relates very genuinely into the iRacing world too. I mean, some of the same things we saw happen in real life are happening here on the iRacing. So it's like that eerie, like, whoo, wow, that hurt.
Yeah, yeah. It's been following Lyle Sadoff's progress on Facebook. He's from up here, kind of my neck of the woods, and I've announced his name many times in the real world. So good to see he's on the mend, and hopefully these drivers can get their stuff together. And the regular season, as let's put it that way, your hometown tracks, their seasons in our part of the country anyway, about to get going here in the next couple weeks to month and a half. So there's gonna be some teams with a lot of hours in the shop here in that time period to get going for the summer season up here in our neck of the woods after some tough hits down there at the Bristol Motor Speedway this week. Great opportunity for a lot of drivers to go down there and experience that. And fortunate side of that, many teams going to be burning the midnight oil, getting cars back together.
Exactly. Marty Clark from Russell, Kansas. Good friend of mine. Actually, it's see him about twice, 2 or 3 times a year. Luckily he's able to Had, I think, 6 broken ribs and a punctured lung out of that wreck back there, and it's just like, whew, scary, scary. But you know what? That'll happen. These are bigger events sometimes, so we work around under the caution. Of course, cautions do take a little longer here on the iRacing with the 2 pit roads, Sean. I just found out about, you guys educated me this, the 2 pit roads. If there was just 1 pit road, you get 2 laps of caution. But since there's 2, you get 4, 1 for the back, 1 for the front.
That's my reasoning anyway, and I'm sticking to it.
I'm going with it. I mean, if you made it up, I believed it.
That's what matters. That's what matters. Ryan Underwood, Jason Salter going to get side by side here as we approach the restart zone in turn number 4. Again, looking to take the top 4 directly to tonight's main event. Underwood will put the right foot down. We are back underway in our first of 3 heat races tonight with the Mimi's Makings and Motions Warrior Logistics Super Late Models. Looks like we've got a change for that transfer spot. Richard Murtaugh Jr. up there into the 4th position.
You saw that Huey Quillen there snuck around him getting in the number 3 spot in that number 4 car as they hustle off of turn 4 and down the front straightaway. Underwood, Salter, Quillen, Murtaugh, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Joseph Lavallee back there in the number 5 spot. 1 out, the Canadian racer working on in.
So here you see 2nd, 3rd, and 4th coming down the front straightaway as we work on lap number 7 of 12. Your race leader remains the 46 of Ryan Underwood. He's got a 3/10 of a second advantage over Jason Salter, who runs a slightly lower line through 3, now drifts up off of 4. They'll come by the stripe and start the next lap.
On down into turn number 1 and 2, Underwood, Salter, Quillen, Murtaugh. Look at that, Freeberg into the number 5 spot. They work on down. Here comes the 10 machine of Salter. Salter trying to make something happen here with super heat races. Super late model heat races. 12 laps the distance in them tonight as they work down into turn number 1 and 2 deeper in the field. The 91 of Tyson Pankow. He was an early quick qualifier working up through the field, and right ahead of him sit York and Freeberg.
Oh, we're going to touch over here in turn number 4. Everybody holds on to it so far. Nope, we've got trouble here as the 13 of St. Clair, 91 of Pankow get hooked together. They're able, nope, yellow flag comes out. Pace truck back into motion, and it looks like St. Clair has taken that car immediately to pit road. Here's a look at the incident. Close racing down the front straightaway and just a little touch. Yeah.
Little right side romance, and then around they go.
All it takes. All it takes.
You know what's crazy is when they built this track for the, when they talked of putting dirt on this and how they were going to reshape the racetrack and how it wasn't going to have the banking like it was back in 2020 or in 2001. I'm thinking, how do you make the inside wall to where they just can't jump over it? And they, built that wall on top of the wall. Well, not only did they build that wall on top of the wall in real life, but they built that wall on top of the wall in iRacing. I mean, it is a spitting image of it. It's crazy. All the way down to the logos being covered halfway on the concrete wall. Who'd have thunk it, Sean? Who'd have thunk it would be that real?
Not this guy. I'm not smart enough to think of those things.
The only thing that's not real about it is all the dust and dirt up there on the walkways.
Oh, yeah. That was impressive. That red dirt. So if those of you folks tuned in, Jerry and I here, we're in the Midwest of the U.S. Our dirt around here is black. We've got
Yes.
Mid-America black soil around here. So it's different for us when we see these places with this red clay. That stuff is impressive when it flies, though. Like it had the bottom half of those stands covered.
Yeah, and it's terrible. Like if you get in that red clay when it's wet, whatever pants, shoes, whatever, throw them out because they never come clean. Yes.
Yeah. So we continue here under the caution. We'll be preparing for a restart on what's been a tumultuous heat race number 1 of 3. Ryan Underwood, though, no problems for that 46 machine. Quick timer and looking very strong here. He's led the entire distance thus far in this heat race.
So coming down right to the final 2 weeks of Super Sunday Fun Day. Of course, after Season 12 wraps up, Season 13 will be in the works, and we'll keep you abreast via the World of Thunder Facebook page, along with Ultimate Dirt TV Facebook page. You can follow along and see what will be in store for Season 13 coming up. The Miller Family Trucking World of Thunder Season 13.
Ooh,
I can at least
sounds
tell you
good to me.
that. Yes.
I like it.
So Heat 1, still working it around.
Tough one here too, Jerry, because you got to remember that this iteration, Bristol Dirt, just coming out on the iRacing platform here a little over a week ago. So, we talk to these teams as the green flag comes back out. These teams, we hear often, they work so many hours working on their setups for the events here. They haven't had a lot of time, a lot of experience to get their cars set, get practice laps themselves to get things right here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. So some tough sledding for these World of Thunder drivers here today.
They work them on down, and it still is Ryan Underwood looking for the white flag. Salter and Quillen, top three. Down the back straightaway, Ryan Underwood still rolling up there in the top spot. Going to lay her up there, push the cush right against the crate, bring her on down, pick up the win, Ryan Underwood.
First heat race in the books. Official here, Jerry. Underwood, Salter, Quillen, and Murtaugh. They're going to the dance tonight. Brandon Freeberg, Eric York, Tyson Pankow, Joseph Lavallee, Corey Sibley, Travis St. Clair, Mario Perez, and Alex Bergeron. They'll have some work to do to continue on racing here this evening. Heat race number 2 of the Mimi's Makings and Motions. Warrior Logistics Supers has Evan C., the Team VLR 33 on the pole. The $1 Million Motorsports 50 of Eric Skolf next to him on row 1.
Jimmy Ray for Rocket Racing Setups in the 00, and Dylan Yeager for Rocket Racing Setups, teammate in the 48 car.
Third row, Daniel Powell, the 32 inside. Randall Carter, Team VLR 37. He's your 6th starter.
For D1RT, it's Matthew Logan in the 41, and Zach McSwain driving for Team None in the 25.
Austin Friedman, the Ace Motorsports 89, lining up in the 9th spot. And outside the 5th row, it's Adam Hammerding in car 42.
Row number 11 for Full Throttle Performance, FTP. That is Robert Fletcher. And not making the call, apparently. The governor of New York says you can't travel out of New York. If you go to Bristol, then you got to come home and quarantine, and she has to go to work and swim tomorrow. So she did not make the call in the 14th.
So there you go. That's your field here for heat race number deuce.
I'm glad I don't have to quarantine if I go anywhere and come back.
Oh, man, South Dakota, we are the land of the free out here. We can...
Yes.
It is... it's been very different, my experience over the last year, than what most folks around the country and up in Canada have been experiencing. But, yeah, very, very different. Of course, if you do much traveling, people look at you like, where are you from? And you say South Dakota, and there's been some different reactions. Some people are like, yeah, you guys are free there. And other people like run away screaming like you're a horrible monster.
Oh, I didn't have to tell people where I'm from. They just do that normally. I just like, hey, how are you? I mean, it's, oh no, look out, Tokyo, go, go, Godzilla. Woo! That
Sounds
song,
familiar.
I do like that song. All right, looking for the green flag. It'll be Evan C. with, well, that looked like a normal start here at Bristol as he gets rocking and rolling out from the top spot. Evan C., Eric Skolf, 1 and 2. Jimmy Ray, Dylan Yeager. Look at this, the 00 machine. Jimmy Ray down on the bottom side. Gonna let her creep and crawl. Little bit of a tap with the right side. Here we go. Hang on down the front straightaway.
Oh, Eric Skolf. Now he gets hit in turn 1. He's up in the concrete again. We'll have to see if he's able to continue on in this one. He has slipped back to the 11th position.
Ooh,
And we're
troubles.
spinning him around on the back straightaway. Yellow is out here in heat race number 2. We're under caution for the first time in this Mimi's Makings and Motions Warrior Logistics Super Late Model Heat Race. Here's another look at the incident here on your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay, Jerry.
So apparently there was a sale on pinball machines, and that is what Eric's Golf becomes here momentarily, as there is one hit with the flip. Here comes another hit with the flipper, another hit with the flipper in turn 1, and then he says, I'm done. I'm going to see what it's like to be the flipper, and he took a swat at the, I believe, 89 card down the back straightaway. Friedman right there gets the he gets the last hit, and the game went tilt at that point.
Oh, remember going and playing pinball at the arcade, and then you'd see somebody get mad and like pick it up. Remember that?
Oh yeah,
and they get kicked out. Can't do that,
yeah.
bud. Were you that guy? Were you that guy picking up the pinball machine?
I might have tilted a couple of them. My brother's like a professional pinball buyer and connoisseur, and he went to he took off today and left from Webster City, Iowa, which is kind of right in the middle of the state, and drove all the way up to St. Cloud this afternoon to sell one and pick up 3 pinball machines, and came home with one. I mean, his garage is full of pinball machines, but the greatest one that he has is the Evel Knievel pinball machine.
Really?
And I told him, you will never sell that, because when you die, it is mine. And I said, even if you don't die, it's still mine. I get the Evel Knievel pinball machine. Well, you know that's going to cost you right now on the market. They're about $2,700 in this condition. I said, they're $2,700 free dollars for me, dummy.
That's brotherly love right there.
Yes, it was. The stories we get to tell under yellows here.
Oh yeah, we're gonna I don't know what we're gonna talk about, all of the chances we get here tonight, but you know what? Maybe some folks could chime in, give us some good stuff on the Facebook chat right now. We've had some folks chime in about where you're watching from here tonight, who you're cheering for, what you think's going on, what were your thoughts on the Bristol Motor Speedway. We got a little bit of everything going on the chat tonight, so let us know. Let's see here. Oh, we got a good number of people tuned in here tonight. Hello, everybody. Glad to have you with us here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Glad to see the green flag is back out as well.
Here we go. Green's back on the racetrack. Evan C. going to run on down the back straightaway. C. Ray, Yeager, Powell, 1, 2, and 3. McSwain back there in the number 5 spot. They'll work off at turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. Still C. Ray, Yeager, Powell, McSwain, top 5.
So McSwain right now 1 out of a transfer spot back there in the 25 machine. As you see, James Ray, the 00, and Dylan Yeager, the 48. Yeager going to dive it to the bottom. The 48 digging on the bottom. Cannot get there. James Ray holds on to that spot. Behind them, Jerry, they're starting to battle for the transfer position.
Oh, got to look out. Those imaginary dirtles are down there. So you have to creep and crawl as Daniel Powell does so. He comes up into the number 4 spot. Powell back there in the 32, going to rock and roll there to the 4 spot. Right behind him sits Randall Carter in 5.
Carter had good run earlier tonight in the big blocks, and then had things go a little south for him, so trying to right the ship here in the Mimi's Makings and Motions Warrior Logistics Supers, as he's still 1 out of a transfer, however. So you take a look there. James Ray, good run going in the 00 machine, 0.3 of a second behind Evan C., your race leader. Let's go on board as we are riding along with James Ray. He's up there on the top side of the speedway, letting it slide with the Rocket Racing setups. 00. You see Evan C. in front of him by 0.4 of a second.
Evan C. going to layer up on the top side, work it down the back straightaway. Still Evan C. your leader. Jimmy Ray working the number 2 spot, getting down there on the bottom of the racetrack. You see how it transitions down there where the markers, the big white humps would be that you're looking for. You saw that car kind of unload on him down there. It's Dylan Yeager sitting back there in the number 3 spot as we are going to be looking at just 3 to go this time.
Thought you were going to break into a Black Eyed Peas song about the humps, but guess not. Here we go, the 33, Evan C., your race leader with 3 laps to go, make it 2.5 as he heads down the back straightaway, still enjoying a lead. Now out to a half second. Dylan Yeager and Zach McSwain still the top 4 right now. Randall Carter, he's 1 out with 2 laps remaining. Look at him hustle into 1 and now towards turn 2, Jerry.
Now they'll hustle off of 2 down the back straightaway. They continue to rock and roll side by side back there. Carter on the bottom side. To the outside is McSwain, and oh boy, I like this just like I do the Lady Lumps down into turn number 1.
Final trip around the track here in heat race number 2. Evan C. well in control of this one. He'll slide it up to the top of turn 4, grab the caution, and grab the cushion, grab the checker flag. He's your winner. James Ray, Dylan Yeager, and Zach McSwain will hold on for that 4th and final transfer spot as heat race number 2 goes into the books. 2 of 3 of our heat races have been run now, Jerry. We've got 8 drivers locked into the A main, including Evan C., James Ray, Dylan Yeager, and Zach McSwain. The rest of your finish from that heat: Carter, Powell, Haberdink, Fletcher, Logan, Friedman, and Scalf. Let's get set now to look at heat race number 3.
Coming to the racetrack on the pole, going to be Brent Carter in the 69 for Team VLR and Austin Carter from Florida in the 1 car.
The D1RT Racing 44, John Ruggiero Jr. He'll start 3rd on the grid. Cole Cabray next to him in the D1RT Racing number 51.
Ah, man, I look fast. There it is. The Team D1RT 127 of Blake Majulis and Logan Rumsey for Slick Sim Sports in the 22 or the 41 car.
That'll be Mason Lobb inside the 4th row, the Slam Sim Sports entry. Next to him, Tanner Tomasi, the Tomasi posse cheering him on in the 09.
It'll be Landon Whitfull there from Vanderpool Racing in the number 3. Travis Gardner, Team Nunn in the 29. And James Clausen from Team Midwest. So
12 laps, Jerry.
Yeah, good to have Ken Warmoth from Pennsylvania watching in night.
Oh, hang on. Better, says Ken.
Yes, hang on a minute. I know who's going to win this one. It's back there. Here it is. It's that 49 car. I guarantee you, he'll win here.
Yeah, that was something, wasn't it? Wow.
Yes, wow. And don't call him Superman for no reason.
Yeah, that one definitely fitting here. Was a very, very impressive run. That's about all you can say about that. Impressive. Ooh,
So,
Richard
pace.
Murtaugh talking about snow. No, snow's gone up in the 50s. Oh, that's good.
Yes. I couldn't believe when I drove in my trials and tribulation of windshield time today, drove up into northern Iowa, and I couldn't believe still some of the snow in the ditches.
Well, remember we had 7-8 inches up here last week, just a week ago, as we see the green here on our 3rd and final heat race.
There we go, down into turn number 1 and 2. It will be that 32 of Austin Carter around the outside. Cole Cabray in the 71 car. Look at that, going to layer in there the number 2 spot. John Ruggiero coming to the bottom side. Majulis, the old goat back there, working in the number 4 spot, looking for 3rd. Remember, he runner-up in the big blocks as they hustle off a 2 down the back straightaway.
Right now, the 44 of Ruggiero on the bubble spot. May not be there long. Here comes Logan Rumsey, slider, and he's got the position, making it look like that Nutrient Ag number 49. Ruggiero back to his inside, slider of his own down to turn number 1. Put Rumsey back to the 5th spot and 1 out of a transfer as the caution flag flies over the speedway with 10 laps to go. Here is your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay.
So Mason Lobb there in the 28 just comes across the snoot of the 09 of Tomasi. Did not have him cleared, and Tomasi said, "Hey, let me help you down the front straightaway."
Hey, did you see how they hooked up and Tomasi just drug him like the whole distance? I think I've seen that before with a late model at Bristol.
I think I have too. See, he just kind of scooped him up. Didn't want to damage the spoiler.
That was nice of him.
Yeah. See how he's got him like that? Spoilers all cleared up. And that, kids, is how many late models are made.
See, that's one big scoop. You add another scoop on there, and then you throw on the sprinkles.
Yeah. Scoop coming up. Oh, Eric Duffy. That is still my favorite commercial of all times. Eric Duffy watching from Marshalltown, where we will be in action. Oh, I'm excited. Go back to Marshalltown Speedway on Friday nights in Marshalltown, Iowa. Of course, if you've never been to Marshalltown or you don't know what I'm talking about, and you have Flow Racing, just join me any Friday night on your Flow subscription for Marshalltown, and we'll show you exactly what Marshalltown's about, because we've got Frostbusters coming up in a couple weeks. 3 weeks from now, we'll have just finished up the 5,000 to win IMCA stock cars to win. And of course, if you're wondering, gosh, wonder if I know of anybody who races at Marshalltown. Yeah, that 16-year-old kid that just whooped everybody's tail for $5,000 at Bristol, Dallin Murdy, the old game changer. You watch him every Friday night on Flow from and I agree, Eric. We do need to get Marshalltown on iRacing. I don't know what it takes to get it done, but I have said Boone and Marshalltown need to be on the iRacing server. I don't know how you get it done other than it takes some cash. But I mean, iRacing, I know we're on the front page of iRacing. Those are two racetracks, that and Sean. Definitely got to get Huset's on there now that Huset's is back in action.
Oh man, that would be a dream come true. That would be awesome. How many weeks are you away from starting down there at Marshalltown? I've got my schedule lined up for the summer. I'm at 65 nights of racing, and I need some nights in the stands where I'm not actually working. So I need to get down to Marshalltown here real soon, right when you guys get started.
First Friday of April.
Oh, we're racing up here. I'll be at Park Jefferson with MSTS sprint cars.
No, you won't. That's the week. That's the week after, Tommy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the first Friday is the second. Oh, Blake Majulis got a little shot to the shorts from Cabré, and they about went elbows over appetite down off of turn number 2. Now you see the goat having to find an open gate to the pen. Can he get back on in? Whoa, just rattled the cage enough for Ruggiero. Ruggiero thought there was going to be contact, and he kind of overcorrected, and here comes Tanner Tomasio, tomato sauce on the move.
Ruggiero finds the concrete again, and as things are really sorting out right now, Cole Cabré one out of a transfer spot in this one with 6.5 laps remaining. Lyndon Whitfield coming after him, cannot get there right now. Tanner Tomasi, he's got the Tomasi posse on their feet, cheering him on as he runs in the final transfer spot behind Blake Majulis.
Majulis right there out front showing the number 3 spot, the final transfer spot. Tomasi back there in the number 4 spot. Cole Cabré in 5th, but it is still Austin Carr and Logan Rumsey 1 and 2. Of course, Rumsey racing that Superman wrap on the number 41. Now look at that right behind him. Holy cow. Cole Cabré with a huge slider back there, moving him into the number 4 spot.
Yeah, he and Tomasi battling it out as there comes the Lyndon Whitfield entry, 21 on the side of that car tonight as they're throwing the haymakers back here. They're still out of transfer spots, but this will be positions in the B main lineup. So every position matters right now as your leaders see the 3 to go mark as they head back around the speedway. That is a continued battle there. Cole Cabré, the 71, just in front of Mason Lobb and Brent Carter, and Ruggiero coming back into that mix as well.
So as they hurry and scurry down to the bottom side, there is Cabré down there getting into one of those imaginary dirtles on the bottom. Kind of upset the race car, shot it up the hill in front of Mason Lobb, as that is 6th and 7th on the speedway as they hurry off at 2 and down the back straightaway.
Austin Carr continues to lead this one by 1 second over Logan Rumsey, Blake Majulis, and Tanner Tomasi in the transfer spots as those drivers see the white flag. Final lap on our final heat race. There he is, Austin Carr, heading down the backstretch and into turn 3 for the last time, Jerry.
Austin Carr off of turn number 4. Going to put the dancing shoes on because he's going to go dancing right now. As it will be Logan Rumsey, Blake Majulis running out your top 3.
Some action-packed heat races tonight here for our Mimi's Makings and Motions Warrior Logistics super late models, as we'll get a chance to look at our final heat race results, get those final 4 locked in to the A-main here tonight, and then, Jerry, we're going to start to have some soup. We'll have a lot of it here tonight, as you see Carr, Rumsey, Majulis, and Whitfield get the transfer spots, bumped Tomasi back to 5th, Cabre, Lobb, Ruggiero, Clausen, Carter, and Gardner. The rest of your finish from heat race number 3. Talking about Soup, Jerry, Alphabet Soup. We've got 2 consolation features. A C main will take the top 4 from this one into the B. The B will take 12, I believe, into tonight's A. And we are looking at 12 laps on this C main. And we're also looking at the starting grid.
On the pole, going to be Joseph Lavallee. They're in the Lavallee Motorsports number 1 starter. And Robert Fletcher going to be to his outside.
John Ruggiero Jr., the 44 for D1RT Racing inside row 2. Corey Sibley, the tail tagging Motorsports 999 is the 4th starter.
Row number 3, it'll be Matthew Logan in the D1RT Racing Machine and James Clausen in the 28.
Travis St. Clair, Rocket Esports 13 inside the 4th row. Austin Friedman alongside him, the Ace Motorsports 89.
Then we'll see Brent Carter, number 69 for Team VLR, and Mario Perez in the 71.
Eric Skolf starts 11th, the $1 Million Motorsports 50. Travis Gardner next to him going from 12th. And your final starter, keep an eye on this one. It'll be Alex Bergeron, the Team ABR Esports car number 12. So that is your starting lineup. 12 laps is the distance. 4 and 4 alone go to tonight's B feature here at the Bristol Motor Speedway with the World of Thunder and the Mimi's Makings and Motions Warrior Logistics Super Late Models.
So Caleb Brunson watching tonight. And Caleb, I'm not sure what gear you need for a hobby stock at Boone.
I think I announced Caleb this last year at the Wagner Speedway. I was filling in a night out there for my good friend Hot Rod Pattison, and Caleb was out there racing.
Heard they got a new voice at the
I think so.
racetrack out there. Something about Too Hottie.
Yeah. Gonna be a busy man this year as these drivers get busy right now on the racetrack. Green flag is out 12 times around, only 4 going to the B, and we're stacking them here in turns 1 and 2. Sibley gets hit. He's going to the outside wall. The 13 of St. Clair in it, and on his roof on the back straightaway, and we are under an immediate caution here in tonight's C feature event. Ooh, watch this. Watch the 13 there of Travis St. Clair as the action picked up in front of him. He's got nowhere to hide on this one. He's going to get a little right rear tap from Corey Sibley. Sibley had nowhere to go, and they both head on up and big time collision on the top side of the speedway.
Sibley got something broke on the left front, it looked like.
Yeah, bouncing.
You know, I said when we watched that, and even watching him here, when you crashed at Bristol, it was no less than a NASCAR Cup kind of crash. I mean, the racetrack has that tendency, if you crash, momentum takes you to the top and just stuffs you in the fence. And it was amazing watching the dirt cars and how much the dirt cars, when they crashed at Bristol, crashed so much like a Cup car would there. It was weird. It was just like, ooh, I've seen that before, but on asphalt. It just pins you right to the fence.
I had the same thought so many times, and then once once it slowed, then it all slid down off the racetrack. And how many of the crashes this last week did you look at and go, wow, that almost looked like a Talladega or Daytona crash at times? Like, some of them were just, they were the big one. And you talk about this racetrack, the size of it, here around my neck of the woods, I'm used to the quarter miles, the 3/8 miles, and some half miles, but this certainly seems to have a little more girth to it than a traditional half mile, especially more banking. And it was pretty wild out there.
So it'll be Fletcher, Ruggiero, Sibley, Logan. I believe top 4 out of the C to the B.
Looks like they are going single file at this point, so We'll see if we get a single file restart on this C main. Looks like the lap's counting right now, Jerry, on this C. So these drivers up front, they're saying, you bet, count these laps. I'm happy where I am.
Oh, exactly. Your leader, Fletcher's just like, I'll take my 4 free caution laps.
Yeah, I'll just be out here. I don't know.
Don't mind me. Don't mind me.
Yep.
Nothing to see here.
The iRacing iFlag number 77 of Robert Fletcher out front.
Oh, you know what it is? It's one of my favorite times of the year. You know why it's my favorite time of the year?
April showers bring May flowers?
No, it's not even April yet, dummy.
Oh, I don't know.
March.
Tell me. We're going green. I got to know.
It's March Madness.
Oh, yes. Oh, my bracket's done.
No, I didn't even do one this year. I didn't even do this one this year because I would have been so far out even before it started.
Yeah, well, if you didn't do one, you might still be about 20 points ahead of me. We're stacking them up over in turn 3, and we're going to get a caution here on this one again as the yellow is back out here in tonight's C main. And look if we get a look here momentarily on our UltimateDirtTV instant replay. See the 89 Austin Friedman there. Gonna send it in deep.
Oh, he missed the dirtle and hit the back of that car.
Yeah. Matthew Logan, the 41 there, getting the contact. Great save there from Matthew Logan, able to continue on. But, took a big old hit there from the 89 of Austin Friedman.
So into the car. Remember during the big blocks, I said the Casey's delivery guy was bringing pizza?
Yeah.
Here at World Headquarters. I've been kind of watching out the window here, and something's caught my attention. It'd be a Ford Explorer driving through at a high rate of speed 3 times. It says West Des Moines Police on the side. So trying to figure out what's going on here in the neighborhood.
Ooh. Someone started making trouble in the neighborhood.
Yes, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Won't you be mine? Won't
See, I'm impressed. You have windows to look out. See, here in my office, I guess there is a window in here, but it's behind me and it's way up. And I'm just hanging out in the basement, man. Just, chilling. There you are. You're just watching all the great action.
Yes. Crazy the things you see when you look out the window.
See, I've got to lay low here. My neighbors are starting a project. They're rebuilding their decks, and they were unloading the lumber today. And I was like, ooh, I don't want to be I don't feel like being the helpful neighbor today. So I'm just kind of laying low right now.
The only time I want to help the neighbor deck is when it's done and I can drink beer on it. That's the only time I want to help with the deck. Oh, hey, look at this. You guys got a new deck. Let's check it out. Chug some push lattes that you can buy at Food City.
Yeah. So plenty.
Oh, there it goes again. There it goes again, Sean. There goes the cops again.
Really? You're up to 4 now.
No, yeah, they driven by 4 times the drive-by. The 187 drove by.
Now you got to look. Is it the same unit? Is he just doing laps? Maybe
I didn't look at it. I didn't look at the unit. Holy goodness! What kind of guy do you think I am? I mean, it's a black Explorer. I mean, it says police on it. I don't know what the unit looks like.
Attention to detail here, Van Sickle. Attention to detail. Inquiring.
Yes, it was the same size as the other black ones that drove through. They're the same. They're the same size. They're the same Explorer.
Well, Eric Duffy's firing up his police scanner, so maybe we'll know here in a little bit.
Yes, West Des Moines Police, Eric. If you dial that in, tell me what's going on. Oh. And no, it is $5,000 to win stock cars at Marshalltown. It's $10,000 to win 141 Speedway for the King of the Creek up there. So Same promoter, just different racetracks. Here we go. Green's back out. Look at him down into turn number 1 and 2. I thought we were counting caution laps on that. We only got 3 down again.
Nope.
Oh, I tell you what, there you did. You picked me up and drug me down. Here we come down the front straightaway. It is still Fletcher, Ruggiero 1 and 2.
Ooh, Corey Sibley had a big push there in turn 1 right behind these drivers. Went way up the hill as he had it in there. He still holds on to the 3rd spot with Matthew Logan. But look at this battle for the lead. Still a good one. Fletcher and Ruggiero, they're breaking away on this one. Look at that, a little contact. Sibley got a little shot from the 41 of Matthew Logan. Logan's going to slip back out of a transfer spot. Sibley runs 3rd. Now Logan back into a transfer spot as they are all duking it out back here for position number 4.
Down the front straightaway, still Fletcher, Ruggiero, Logan, Sibley, 1, 2, and 3. Brent Carter trying to race his way up. Look at this, Corey Sibley. Holy cow, is this the night Corey Sibley makes an A main? Well, we'll see if he can make a B main. His luck has been not any good this year in season 12, and that 999 is trying to make his way into the B main.
He works the bottom, but he's going to lose out on a transfer spot now. Brent Carter up into the final transfer spot. Corey Sibley bumped back to 5th. Look at this battle for the race lead. Around the outside comes Robert Fletcher once again on Ruggiero. Ruggiero down on the flat on the bottom, banging it down there. Cannot get by the 77 of Fletcher. Down into 3 they will go. Fantastic race for the lead. Respectful race for the lead. And they'll come to the stripe now. 4 laps remaining, Jerry.
It is Fletcher and Ruggiero. Ruggiero down on the bottom side. Fletcher up on the top, working down the back straightaway, wheel to wheel into turn number 3 and 4. Ruggiero down along the bottom. It is Fletcher on the top. They work down the front straightaway one more time. There's now 2 to go.
Right now, Alex Bergeron with 3 to go is 1 spot out of a transfer in that 12 ride. There you see him, Bergeron running in 5th. There is 4th place Brent Carter. So that is the ground that Bergeron needs to make up, and he's got a short time to get there. How short? Inside of 2 laps, Jerry.
Down the back straightaway, it is still Brent Carter and Matthew Logan working back there. Now battle once again for the lead. Ruggiero working on the 77 of Fletcher as the white flag waves in the starter stand. It is Ruggiero down on the bottom, Fletcher up on the top. They work down into turn number 3. It'll be the 77 of Fletcher down on the bottom, the 44 Ruggiero. Can he do it? Nope. Got it. It'll be Fletcher, Ruggiero, Logan, and Carter going to the A main.
Wow. When was the last time you saw Alex Bergeron not go to, let alone an A main, but not get out of the C? A tough night here at Bristol for the driver of the 12 out of Drummondville, Quebec, Canada. You see him there in the 5th spot. Fletcher, Ruggiero, Logan, and Carter, they're going to the B. Bergeron, Perez, Sculf, Friedman, Lavallee, Clausen, Gardner, Sibley, and St. Clair. They'll get ready for their final Super Sunday Fun Day with World of Thunder for Season 12 next Sunday. B-main action. Next onto the track, Brandon Freeberg, the team Nunye, number 117 on the pole. Team VLR 37 of Randall Carter next to him.
Tanner Tomasi driving for the posse there in the team No Knee car. And to his outside from Sub-Zero, it is Eric York.
It'll be Daniel Powell, the 32, starting 5th. 6th starter, Cole Cabre, the D1RT Racing, number 71.
Driving for Team N1, that is Tyson Pankow in the 91. And also driving for Team N1 is Adam Hommerding in the 42.
Mason Lobb, Slam Sim Sports entry inside of the 5th row. And the Full Throttle Performance, 77. Robert Fletcher, your C-main winner. He'll line up 10th.
Out of the B-main, John Ruggiero, Matt Logan, and Brent Carter rounding out the field. Ryan Underwood said he's practicing laps in the neighborhood, waiting for the feature to start. And he got the cops called on him.
Yeah, that must have been it. Uh-oh.
Eric Daly. He had his police scanner on. Haven't heard anything yet except some dude sitting in his neighbor's deck in his underwear drinking beer and talking about a race in Bristol. Little does Eric know I do not have any underwear clean to wear. Sunday's laundry day here at World Headquarters, so must be somebody else's neighbor.
I have no more. You know what, Eric Duffy, you just won the night. Congratulations.
Eric Duffy is our fan of the week.
Yeah, there it is. Oh, congratulations, Eric. The prize in the mail. Keep an eye on that. You'll see the prize package. And if you don't see it, the porch pilot's got it.
If you don't see it, drive to the nearest truck stop and get some chrome naked lady mud flaps, because that's what they are.
Oh, we are green. It is getting late in the night, isn't it?
You can get those at the Salina 52 truck stops, where you can get them things bought up at. Speaking of truck stop, nobody's stopping on up front, as it's Freeburg, Tomasi, Carter, York, I believe top 8. What do we got? 8, 9, 12 going out of this one. So top 12 as they hurry off of turn 4 and down the front straightaway.
Tomasi is your race leader in the 09 out front. Look at this. Big slider there from Daniel Powell at the 32. Oh, we're turning him around. I think it was Ruggiero, the 44. Yep, it is. The D1RT Racing 44 making contact with the inside wall, and we are under the caution in tonight's Warrior Logistics B feature event. Watch the 44, John Ruggiero Jr. on the very bottom of the racetrack. That's Adam Hommerding in the 42 just in front of him. Cole Cabray just in front of him. They just ran out of room coming off of turn 2, and that turns Ruggiero to the inside of the speedway. Luckily, Jerry, he got it woed up. Didn't rip the whole front end off of that 44 machine.
Apparently somewhere in the pits, I've heard there's a fight. There's a fight in the pits. Fight on the infield. It appears to be at the Dominic Foster trailer. Apparently, he has gotten himself in a fight with himself to figure out which one of himself is the bigger loser in the fight. So we'll see if we can get a report on that from one of our pit reporters. But apparently a skirmish in the infield tonight.
Ooh. How do you break up a fight with one person? How do you... Is that like when your older brother is like picking on you and like hitting using your own hand to hit yourself, and they're like, stop hitting yourself, stop hitting yourself? Is that what's going on there?
I don't know. Yeah, I think so. I think it was like in the movie Blazing Saddles when the sheriff gets introduced and he holds the gun to himself, and he is he's the two person with himself. I think that's kind of what it is.
The comments are picking up on our Facebook feed here on World of Thunder's Facebook, or on the we're on Ultimate Dirt's Facebook. That's where I'm at. Ultimate Dirt TV, playing the World of Thunder. So if you're not there right now, head on over to Ultimate Dirt TV on Facebook and join in on the conversation. It's a pretty good one tonight.
Yes, and if anybody is questioning, there will be at Marshalltown during the Castrol Super Late Model Night in America, May 16th, there will be a hair gel contest with me and Ben Shelton. And Dustin Jarrett will be the judge. So apparently, Ben and I have been talking about it, and I think there will be a gel off. Yeah, Eric Duffy, turn the mirror around, and then you'll be in a fight with yourself. That's how you break it up. Speaking of breaking it up, Brandon Freeburg says, I want to get this yellow flag broke up and get back to green flag racing. As they go to the starter stand, it is Freeburg, your race leader. Tomasi working second, Carter in third, York, and now they're going to step it up 3 wide off of 2.
Right now, Powell in 5th, Cole Cabray in the 6th spot. As we go back, Tyson Pankow in the... Oh, Hommerding gets it sideways. Hold on. He's trying to save it. No, he'll get another hit there, Ruggiero, and they both hit opposite sides of the front straightaway. Green is still out. So, hey, Jerry, we're taking 12 on this one. So we stay green here. We're taking 12 out of the 13 cars on the track right now in this B main. So it's a battle for not last to go to the show here tonight in this B.
Yes, you do not want to be the last place loser in this, because that means you do not get to race again. So down the front straightaway, Tomasi, Freeburg, Carter. Cole Cabray working there. Cabray up the hill. That's going to let Eric York come around. The 32 of Daniel Powell. Look at this. Cabray going to come down to the bottom side, looking to get some digs out of that 71 car off the bottom of the racetrack.
Yeah, they're starting to use every inch of the speedway here. Big slider there from Cabray. Breaks his own momentum. York all over him in the 26 ride. Here comes that 28 of Mason Lobb. Robert Fletcher working the bottom right behind them. As you see, the 32 of Daniel Powell work the bottom as well. So right now, Robert Fletcher, he's in the 8th spot. Remember, he won your C main here tonight, and that's 77.
Down into turn number 3 and 4. Mason Lobb, drive job. Hang on, Mason Lobb gets hammered to the fence. Look out, big trouble. Off of turn number 4. You're transferred and in the show, and you crash each other out. So we'll see what happens here on a Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay as they get on in. Mason Lobb goes up the hill. Down comes the... Not sure what car number that was that got into the 32. I think that was the third. I think there was a crash there. I'm not sure. Might have been the 30. What's that? I can't see that car number that hits the 32.
Boy. Oh, that's Eric York, the 26.
Oh, yeah. That's who I was thinking.
Yeah, there he is. Got 89 on the car, 26 on the scoring pylon. And boy, just looks like here you got just real estate issues as...
Yeah, you saw him swatting at the flies in the car. He was like, left, right.
Yeah, generally not good over 100 miles an hour to be doing that.
No.
Ooh, big question for you, Jerry, on the Facebook page.
Yes, the answer is yes. Of course, I will be announcing Super Nationals.
Can't wait for that week.
Oh, let's see. Where was Dominic's? Yes, apparently that was the fight in the pits. As getting some reports up here in the tower that apparently Dominic Foster, the right side of his body was arguing with the left side of his body because they weren't sure which one had the darker spray tan.
Oh.
Yes, they couldn't figure out exactly which side was darker on the tan. So I don't know. Apparently the right hook come out and the left uppercut, and I don't know.
If our folks watching could only hear Brett Wheeler in our ear.
No, we do not want them to hear, because sometimes he is I don't know what you would call him. Yes, the filter gets left in the Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. Some things are different than they are in the States, and some things can be taken way out of context. And there is a couple words that they use in Australia that we use here that are offensive.
Oh, like
yes,
Vegemite. Like Vegemite.
Yes, that's offensive. Have you ever tried that? That stuff tastes. I'd rather eat road apples.
Oh, we are back to green in this B main with just 5 laps to go on this one. Right now, Daniel Powell out of a transfer spot. Now Tyson Pankow gets bumped back to the final position, which would bump him out of the show here tonight. So 4 more laps here, Jerry, for these drivers to shake down their cars, shake down the speedway, and get set for tonight's main event.
Oh, hang on. The old back there, they get to a little bit of a touch and creep back there deeper in the field. Fletcher in the 77, right there ahead of him, sits that 44 Ruggiero. Carter there in the 69, which I believe is the 88 car, as they work on down and around.
Watch Cole Cabray here. Let's see if he does it again like he did the last lap. He dives it way down to the bottom. Ruggiero doing a similar line here and then slides all the way to the top. Whoa, here comes the 88 through, and now we're stacked up on the front straightaway, and boom, more going to happen. More going to happen. So big wreck over there, and the green stays out. They'll head off the racetrack. White flag. Flow the yellows out.
Yellow's out.
For They're still wrecked up down there in turn 1 as we get the caution with. We'll have to see here.
Let's watch that one again. Let's watch it again.
Had a little bit of everything in that one.
All right, here's the Ultimate Dirt TV replay. And when you see something like this, you just got to look at it. You just look at it. Well, when you see a car side, you got to look at it. Oh, and then look at that. Look at would you look at that? Just look at it. Just look at that's the four. And look. He hit the cone. Would you look at it? Just look at it.
You sound like this crazy guy who sent me a Snapchat the other day.
Look, there's that. When that, would you look at? Just look at it. You got to just look at it. What? That's I can't tell the number, but when you see something like it, you just got to look. You got to look at it. Like the people on the infield, they just looked. And something. Would you look at it? Would you just look at it?
You know what's going to happen here? Brandon Freeberg at the very end of that replay tipped over in the 117. So I don't know if he has decided he's out of the race.
Throw the checker. We got 12 cars. We're done.
He is out, so he will not go to the A main. Hopefully, race control right now in the driver's ears and the race system saying, "You're all in the show. Let's take this thing to the checkered here and be smart." Let's hope that.
You know what you forgot there? You forgot this. Drivers, we're all in the show here. Let's just use our heads a little bit and let's get the rest of this race in. You forgot the at the end when the radio turned off.
Yeah, sorry. Just going for the realism, and I just didn't do it. I just didn't commit fully to the job, and I apologize.
You're probably just for that. You're probably not going to be asked back next week. I hope you're okay with that. If you don't get asked back for next week,
as long as I get to come to the Ultimate Dirt TV Easter party, I've got my pink slip in the envelope to read the instructions and details right after the show here tonight.
As long as there's jelly beans and fake grass, that's all I care about. On down the. Oh, there's real grass. Okay, I'm in. If there's real grass, I'm there. We'll mow it down. Speaking of mowing it down, Tanner Tomasi is mowing away up front at this one. Then the 09 Ruggiero. Timeout. That John Ruggiero's crashed twice in this feature, and he's second now.
Yeah, just making his way through the field as we hit the timer. That is it for tonight's B main. And it looks like Ruggiero. No, we didn't hit the timer. Ruggiero's going to get the win. Looks like Tomasi had issue there at the end. Scoring just bumped him to 13th, and Freeberg bumped up to 12th. He got back out onto the track. What happened to Tanner Tomasi there at the end? A little peekaboo show. And that may change everything here, Jerry, as we'll take a look at what the official results have.
Hang on. I'm getting word. I'm getting word in the tower. Apparently, Tanner Tomasi didn't have on any gloves.
Ooh, that'll get you.
That got you knocked to 13th and out of the A. So there you see Ruggiero, Cabrera, Carter, Fletcher, Logan, Hummerding, Powell, Panko, Lobb, York, Carter, Freeberg. Those are your cars that will go to your A main event. Speaking of A main, it'll be up here momentarily. You're watching Mimi's Makings in Motion Warrior Logistics Super Late Model Nightcap here from Bristol on Ultimate Dirt TV. All right, we are back. Sorry about no sound on that commercial, but a picture says picture's worth 1,000 words. And if you're looking for a great gaming system, check out our friends back there. Is Eric Duffy? Oh, he just sent 50 stars. So thank you, Eric.
Sweet.
Yes, and we are set driving for Team N1. That is Brandon Freeberg starting 24th, and Team VLR's Brent Carter rolls off 23rd.
Sub-Zero 26 Eric York starts outside row 11. Mason Lobb, the Samson driver of the 30, inside of him.
There we go. 20th starter for Team No Knee. That is Tyson Pankow. And from the Mid-South, that's Daniel Powell in the 32.
Adam Hobberding outside the 9th row. D1RT's Matthew Logan inside of him.
Then we go to Robert Fletcher, the 77 for FTP, and Team VLR's Randall Carter, 37 and 15th.
Your 14th starter, the D1RT Racing number 71, that is Cole Cabre, and inside of the 7th row, his teammate in the 44, it's John Ruggiero Jr.
Then we go to Lennon Whitfall, starts 12th, and his inside, that's Zach McSwain. Those drivers out of Vanderpool Racing, and Team None.
We go to your top 10 starters. Rocket Racing Setups 33 of Richard Murtaugh outside the 5th row. And the D1RT Racing 127 of Blake Majulis starts in position 9.
Let's go here to 8 and 7. It is Dylan Yeager, the 48 from Rocket Racing Setups. And Huey Quillen, Team None in the 4.
3rd row outside Slick Sim Sports. Entry of Logan Rumsey on the outside, and next to him, that is James Ray, the 00 for Rocket Racing Setups.
I got kicked out there a minute, so I'm going to go with row 2. Yes, row 2. It will be Jason Salter in the Rocket Esports machine and Austin Carr in the 1 car.
And your front row here tonight on the outside, the Team VLR 33, that's Evan C. And on the pole, his teammate from Team VLR, it'll be the 46 of Ryan Underwood. That is your starting lineup for tonight's Mimi's Makings and Motions Warrior Logistics Super Late Model, a feature event from the dirt track covered Bristol Motor Speedway. Your distance tonight, Jerry, 80 laps around the Bristol Motor Speedway for this nightcap finale. Well, it'll be 75 here because we've got another special presentation, but we've got a big race coming up here tonight at the Bristol Motor Speedway. And these drivers, well, they're thanking all of you good folks for tuning in tonight to enjoy their action.
You betcha, as they get ready to line these things up for deep around the virtual dirt-covered Bristol Motor Speedway. Of course, Thunder Valley, Bristol, Tennessee, the Great Coliseum, the final Coliseum. This place is amazing, and it has transpired into the virtual world of iRacing also, and beautiful sight. Of course, they do it outside, and we do it here. So we'll give you a couple laps of 4 abreast. You've asked for the best. You got them 4 abreast. It is the World of Thunder Esports League Super Late Models here in the Valley of Thunder at the Bristol Motor Speedway.
Very, very cool as we enjoy the 24 drivers who have qualified for tonight's main event as they salute the fans tuning in on our online. Whether you be on YouTube or Facebook this evening, watching it live or watching the rebroadcast, we thank you all so very, very much for tuning in with us here on UltimateDirtTV for the World of Thunder's Super Sunday Fun Day Nightcap as they'll break formation, Jerry, and that means we are moments away from the start here at Bristol.
We are, as we will see. Front row, Ryan Underwood, Evan C. As they will get ready to bring the field on around. I believe we should see just a couple to go before we go back to the green. We go green flag racing off of turn number 4. As we said, iRacing doing a fantabulous job of recreating the dirt surface here on the Bristol Motor Speedway. Of course, Bristol Motor Speedway has been on the iRacing platform from inception with the asked for with the concrete surface. Yeah, concrete, asphalt, whichever overlayment it is. But then when they went to put dirt on it, it was those of us who kind of were in some of the know on iRace knew that it wasn't long before they were going to put the dirt option available to this.
I would almost think, Jerry, it is probably an easier undertaking, and I'm not underestimating all the work that went in on the racetrack, but I would almost think it'd be easier to actually do the real world dirt work and get the track ready than it would be to do all of the coding and stuff that you do for computer stuff to make it work on iRacing.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that code work, but I know firsthand what it takes to make a racetrack, be a racetrack, as we start to get racetracks ready for this summer. The crew that did that racetrack it was an undertaking, and they did a great job. So hats off to the local dirt crew down there that did a great job getting that thing. And hats off to iRacing for being able to replicate their precision performance as we go green flag for 75 laps.
It is a big one here tonight as Evan C. out to the early race lead. Ryan Underwood, teammate, right there with him as they hustle into turn 3. Jason Salter going to go top shelf hunting here off of turn number 4. That allows Austin Carr to his inside. First lap in the books, Jerry. We've got 74 or so to go.
Evan C., Ryan Underwood 1 and 2. There you see Jason Salter along with the 32 machine. That, of course, is Austin Carr right behind him. It's going to get racy. Fifth on back, Quill and Ray, Majulis and Rumsey. 5, 6, 7, and 8 is up for grabs right behind this battle.
I just noticed John Ruggiero into the 9th spot, so he's had a bunch of bad luck earlier tonight. Now he's fighting into the top 10 there in the 44 machine as he works the very bottom of the speedway, right behind the 127 of Blake Majulis. Got James Ray in that mix in the 00 as well, as they'll hustle him back down to turn 3.
Jimmy Ray up on the outside in that red 00. The goat, Blake Majulis, down around the bottom side, looking to get quick. Now you see Ruggiero. Ruggiero upset the car just a little bit as he got down there to the bottom of the racetrack where it transitions. It'll be that 44 machine of Ruggiero from the, I think he's gone soup. I think he's had a can of soup tonight as he goes too wide down there into turn number 1 and 2. Hang on, look out! Troubles down in turn number 2, and we are under the caution flag.
Oh, there you see the what's left there for Logan Rumsey trying to get away from the incident site in turn 2. Here's your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. Watch Rumsey in the JD 49 looking car as Jimmy Ray gets into the wall in front of him, and Rumsey nowhere to go.
And then boom, bang. Hammerding's in there on that one in the 42. Yeager there in the 48's, the one up under the skirt. And that brings up the caution.
So our first caution flag here early on at the Bristol Motor Speedway for tonight's feature event with the Mimi's Makings and Motions. Warrior Logistics Super Late Models has us under this yellow. Uh-oh, just got a note here. Dominic Foster saying that you're lucky. Can't get into the booth here tonight. The door's locked.
No, actually, Jimmy, the security guard's doing his job and has kept people like Dominic out. I mean, you can't go, you can't have a fight with yourself on the infield and then expect to come in and sit with us.
Right.
I mean, unless you got a good story, pictures, or video of that. Somebody said something about, there was a guy in here in the chat that did ask about the guy riding the dirt bike in his whitey tighties. That's Alan Gauthier. And no, Alan, that was not Dominic in the on the bike. From what I heard, I don't think Dominic has enough coordination to ride on two wheels.
Rough night.
I know.
Been an interesting weekend away from the Bristol Motor Speedway. Had the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. Had a couple great nights of action with Sheldon Hanschild and Brad Sweet getting wins at the Cotton Bowl Speedway. The
Big Cat.
Yeah, the ASCS Sprint Cars, they were live on Flow TV. They were down there at the Devil's Bowl Speedway, got their season started. It looks like we're about to get this feature event restarted. We're back to green. Evan C., Ryan Underwood from that front row. Here we go again as we hustle him down to turn 1.
Evan C. going to take the lead there. Now Blake Majulis looking to come on up and around. Huey Quillen down there on the bottom. Majulis, the meat and the sandwich, the 32 of Austin Carr around the outside. They'll race off at turn number 4. Some right side romance applied back there deeper in the field. Is Majulis going to look to the inside of Austin Carr off of 2.
Watch this run. Cart gets, though, running the high line of the speedway, able to get his nose back in front of the 127 of Majulis. Majulis makes the ground back on the bottom, and woo, there goes Carr whistling back by on the high line. Good two-groove action here as Ruggiero just behind them. John Ruggiero Jr. plus 7 spots already in this main event. The 44 runs in the 6th position, 1 out of a top 5. What a night he is having in that 44 machine.
Yes, Ruggiero trying to make his way up through the field. You see Huey Quillen in the 4 car to the outside. Dylan Yeager back there in the 48 as they work down into 3 and 4. It is still C. Underwood, Salter, Majulis, your top 4, but here's your battle deep in the field.
There you see the 48 of Dylan Yeager trying to come back through the field. Rich Bertaw there on the bottom in the 33 machine behind Huey Quillen. That's all happening in front of Randall Carter, trying to right his night after some big block incidents earlier this evening. And back out front, there you saw Evan C., Ryan Underwood, Jason Salter. Right now, the lead for Evan C. is 0.6 of a second over Ryan Underwood.
Oh, well, that lead gets away. Look at this action once again. Ruggiero and Huey Quillen, battle of the cars with the 4s on them. Speaking of that, also here comes a 48 machine of Dylan Yeager. Richard Murtaugh right there. Randall Carter, the 37, down the back straightaway. Quillen, Yeager on the outside. You got Ruggiero, and then the 33 of Murtaugh train in the bottom along with Carter in the 37.
Long race here tonight, Jerry, on a tough racetrack. These drivers, they've talked so much when we get a chance to interview them about keeping their spoilers straight, to keep their cars fast here each and every week with the World of Thunder and the super late models. Right now, you got to imagine many of these drivers thinking long game here tonight, trying to keep their cars square and aerodynamic as we've got a lot of laps to go in this one. Now we go 3 wide. Murtaugh coming through the middle. Ruggiero on the bottom, and the 48 of Yeager up top.
Down into turn number 1 and 2. They will sit there and run the top, rip the lip on this one, Yeager. Then you see that 33 of Murtaugh, Landon Whitfull, and the 21 cars racing his way through the field. The 44 of Ruggiero right there is a hurry down the front straightaway, 2 and 3 wide.
Now we go back up here. Here's a look at Jason Salter trying to stalk down Ryan Underwood. Underwood runs 2nd, Salter runs 3rd. This is happening about 1 second behind Evan C., your race leader, as you just saw a peek of him in the screen. The 127 of Blake Majulis right behind this duo. Majulis has advanced 5 spots after starting 9th here tonight. He's back there in position number 4 and ripping the lip and coming down the front straightaway.
Down into turn number 1 and 2. It's still Evan C., Underwood, Salter, Majulis, Carr, Quillen, Yeager, Murtaugh, Ruggiero, and Whitfull. Your top 10 is that number 10 machine of Jason Salter trying to make something happen. Look at Majulis, though, taking the long way around in the 127 as he goes to the top of turn 3 and 4, coming back to the bottom of turn number 1 and 2. We'll see if he's got any dig and drive, because, man, I look fast in that 127 right now, trying to chase down the cars that look a little quicker than him. Those are the 2 in front of him. That's Salter and Underwood.
Boy, look at him cheering on the 127 of Majulis over in the family section in Section E. They are on their feet cheering on their driver. Here he'll switch lines right behind the 10 of Jason Salter. Salter will try the top shelf. Majulis takes a look to his inside. We'll see what they do down here in turn 1. Same story. Majulis on the move. He looks to the inside of Salter, and he'll grab third as they go down the back straightaway.
On into turn number 3 and 4. It'll be Salter right there to the inside of Majulis. Salter there. Down to the outside, Majulis, like 2 Trailer Park Girls, goes round the outside. Down there in turn number 3 and 4. Now he'll jip it right to the bottom of the racetrack. Down there in turn number 1 and 2, you see 2 distinct lines that he's utilizing. Up there, now goes to the midsection, slides it on up, grabs the cush, uses gravity and momentum to take himself to that 3 spot.
That is all happening behind Ryan Underwood. Underwood trailing Evan C. by 1.4 seconds. So Evan C. very fast out here on the speedway. I can tell you, though, Underwood was 0.2 of a second quicker on their last lap. Now Evan C. picking it up. He goes down to a 17.3 for his last lap. Everybody else in the high 17.4s, 5s, and 6s.
As they continue to work and utilize every inch of this racetrack, as we are coming lap 31 deep in the field. Here we go, back to this battle again. They kind of laid off each other, and now they're getting a little racy. Once again, Murtaugh, the 33 to the top, the 44 Ruggiero right behind him, the 21 Whitfull. Once again, they track it down into turn number 3 and 4 behind Dylan Yeager there in that number 7 spot.
That is the biggest bunch of cars right now on the racetrack are the ones on your screen. Dylan Yeager, they're the 48, the 33 of Richard Murtaugh. John Ruggiero Jr. in that mix in the 44. And that's right in front of Lyndon Whitfill's 21 as they all battled there, flashing by. And we will start lap number 33 for these drivers as the 37 of Randall Carter trying to break back into the top 10 and has done so, putting Whitfill back in position. Here goes Murtaugh to the bottom as Yeager scrapes the concrete through turn 3.
Down into turn number 1 and 2. It is still that 33 Richard Murtaugh down at the bottom. Yeager to the outside. They'll go wheel to wheel down the back straightaway. 48 machine up there. Now you see the 33 down around the bottom side. That is Richard Murtaugh trying to make something happen.
Cannot get there just yet as we continue to see various lines here on the Bristol Motor Speedway dirt surface. Murtaugh running there in the 8th spot, sails it in on the bottom of 3. Yeager ripping the top in front of him. Look at that 3-car battle right behind him as well. Still some good racing here at the Bristol Motor Speedway on this one. Again, the 37 of Randall Carter working the very bottom of the speedway. This time he's battling with John Ruggiero Jr. in the 44.
Ruggiero working it right there down the front straightaway. As Carter on the bottom side, they all chase that 33 of Richard Murtaugh. Carter back to the bottom side, working side by side with that 44 Ruggiero. That's your battle on the speedway. Is Evan C. still dominating this one coming to lap 39.
So laps ticking away on this one. We work lap 38. Yeager, he's got a crinkled up spoiler, gets into the concrete once again. Here comes Murtaugh to his inside. That's going to stack this whole group up. One driver makes a mistake. The rest of the drivers all around him got to be paying really close attention to avoid the big pileup. Yeager able to hold on to that 7th spot. Murtaugh coming back after him.
Down the back straightaway, they'll hustle on in. Evan C. still your leader, but this is your battle. Carter down there in the 37 machine. They'll race on in. Normally, we would be a 40-lap feature, and we'd be saying checkers out. This one's done and walking home for the night. But nope, we're going to go 75 in this one and keep it moving, as it is still Carter and Murtaugh working side by side down into turn 3 and 4.
Working lap 41. You can continue to see the action here. Murtaugh into the wall just a little bit there. Now he gets a big run, nearly pulls the numbers off the 37 of Carter. We'll see if he's able to save it. Oh, look at this, 4 wide off of turn 4. That's not going to work. Oh, did it? Yeah, they sorted it out. Oh my goodness, we are still green here, Jerry.
As they keep racing on around Cabré, the 71. Now look at this. Hang on, Yeager Drive jobs that thing to the top. 32 Austin Carr right there. 33 of Richard Murtaugh working with them as they hurry on down. Off of turn 2, down the back straightaway. Murtaugh around Yeager now.
So Murtaugh will move up now. That is the 7th position for the driver of the 33. Cole Cabre coming with him, working the bottom. Cabre right now runs in position number 8. He's gained 6 spots in this feature event. Murtaugh, by the way, he's gained 3 positions, looking to make it 4 as he stalks Austin Carr into the corner, and the caution flag is out for the 2nd time in this main event here tonight, Jerry. And here's a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay.
Down into turn number 3 and 4, and down the front straightaway. Ruggiero there in the 44. Hummerding and him get together, and Ruggiero upside down in turn number 1.
Ooh, man, John Ruggiero Jr., he has had a tough night as he's been involved in several of these Ultimate Dirt TV instant replays. This time Adam Hummerding, his dancing partner on this incident. And there you see, a little touch goes a long way here at Bristol.
Yes, it does.
Ruggiero taking the 44 pit side. And we'll see if they're able to repair that machine and come back on and tag the tail of the field. As this is going to erase the lead. Evan C. had been building since the drop of the green flag on this one, that 33 machine. It has been lights out, laying it down on this one, but now he'll have some company when we go back to green. And you know what, Jerry? There hasn't been anyone around that 33 machine for quite some time.
No, he has been gone, checked out on this one. So we'll see what happens as we get ready to go back to the green flag. You know, I'm not, usually I don't buy into gimmicks and things and stuff, but, Discovery Plus, I think I'm going to pay the $7.99 a month to get that.
Oh, what has got your attention there?
There's a couple shows on there that, there is one, it's called the Beatrice 6. It's about these 6 people who were wrongly convicted of a murder of an elderly woman in Beatrice. That kind of has my attention. But the other one is, it's about show pigs.
Pigs,
Okay. I'm like bacon, like you would eat a pork chop. Pigs.
Yeah.
Well, there is competition. There's show pigs, and we were driving along today on windshield time, and I came up alongside this trailer, and it said, "Caution: trailer contains show pigs." And I thought I seen a commercial for that, and then Jackie's like, she goes, "Oh yeah, there's a show about nothing but show pigs." I go, "On what?" She goes, "Discovery Plus." I said, "That's it. We're buying it."
It took a lot to really twist your arm on that one.
Once I heard there was show pigs, I was like, done. Because if you're gonna have a show about people who show pigs, which is fine. It's no different than people that iRace or race cars. Everybody has a hobby or a sport they like, but I just want to see what it's about. Because I'm a grew up farm kid, so I know about showing pigs at the fair and the 4-H and FFA and on a field trip to the farm. Chug-a-lug, chug-a-lug.
About a year ago, everyone fell in love with Tiger King, so why not show pigs?
I saw Tiger. Tiger saw me. Carol Baskin, what a... Anyway. Look out, your leader's crash. Your leader crashes in turn 1 and 2. Oh, upside down, haven't seen, not sure what happened. Oh my. Evan C. And we will have to see how they reel this one, but oh no.
What a big turn of events here for that leader who had been checked out for the entire first half of this feature event. He's got Blake Majulis restarting right behind him, looking to the inside, and the 46 of Ryan Underwood following him into the corner. No contact.
Caught one of them dirtles.
Yeah,
let's go on board. I think we need to go on board with the 33 to see what happened. I think he caught one of them dumb dirtles.
Wow.
And iRacing, I think they need to put the dirtles in. So you'll see how you'll see where the racetrack transitions.
Yeah, you can see he's going around there. No contact.
Yeah, we might want to go on board of the 127 and see what happens, but maybe we can get on the right front cam. There you go. Just see if we maybe broke some traction or what happened. It's exactly what happens. You see the left front of the nose hits the bottom of the where it makes that transition, and when it did, it upset the car, and then catastrophe.
Wow.
Tough break for Evan C. Wow.
What a change of events here, just past the halfway point, and that's going to shift everything in this one here, Jerry, with 36 laps to go, I believe. So wow.
I bet you Evan C. is wishing this one was a 40-lap feature.
I think you are probably very, very correct on that one, and wish may not be the only word that he is using inside the helmet of the 33 ride right now. He's probably got a lot to say after that incident, and looks like he has dropped back to the 17th position. As it looks for this restart, should be somewhere in that vicinity. We'll have to see how far he can navigate his way through this field here. With still, Jerry, got to remember, we almost have the entire duration of a normal feature event to go in this A feature yet. So maybe not all is lost, especially when you look at the point standings here, the points championship that's on the line.
I thought you said derecho there for a minute. I thought maybe it got windy out or something. We don't need another one of those. So as we get ready to go back to the green flag here momentarily.
That awkward silence from me brought to us by our friends over at Miller Lite.
See, I'm more of if you've got the time, we've got to beer. Miller beer. Except it's the High Life.
Yeah.
I'm a High Life guy.
Remember the old PBR songs, PBR me ASAP? That was
I mean that wasn't real, but I mean you had like the PBR Blue guy back years ago. We'll crack into some more some more beer commercial songs. What's a classical Budweiser one? Speaking of like, holy cow. Man, I looked fast. Man, I lucked first. He got first case of luck right there as he was able to get around Evan C. as he was crashing. And it'll be Blake Majulis back to the caution.
Let us know if you're watching on Facebook right now on the Ultimate Dirt TV page. What's your favorite all-time beer jingle? Love to hear that one here as you see the 127 of Majulis. Your new race leader out front. He'll catch up with the iRacing pace truck as we have a caution flag over the speedway. 35 laps to go.
Yes. When you say Bud, the old Budweiser commercial starts off when you say Bud. Can't remember how it goes. Dang, it's a good old commercial. Ooh, let me
remember the Spuds McKenzie ads? Those were good. Back in the day.
Yes, they were. Oh, Spuds McKenzie.
Good stuff. Mickey's Big Mouth, says Patricia Payne. The Bud Frogs, Eric Duffy, those were good. Those were good ads right there.
Yes, Bud.
Wise.
Bud Wiser. Ah, the days. I mean, I do like the Ham's beer commercials. Those were good old commercials.
Remember the really well, it was before my days, but when I worked in the news business, you'd go back and you could pull up the reels, and man,
Yeah.
I'm jealous of those. I'm jealous of those guys that in the '60s and before that. Tonight's news brought to you by Ham's Beer. When you need a good old beer, and they'd crack open a beer, and, sit there, and read the news, and drink the beer.
Yes, or like what was I gonna say? This breaking news break brought to you by Winston Cigarettes.
Yeah. There were
Can't
still a
hit.
few spots at the place I worked. There were still a few spots on some of the 2x4s as you'd come into the studio where you could see where they would put their cigarettes out coming into the studio back in the day.
Well, yeah, duh. You gotta have good smoke if you're gonna.
Yep. That was very different times from my time in the biz.
Yep. Tom Fletcher
Oh,
tuned
yeah.
in and watching.
Head for the mountains. They're cold and they're smooth and they're waiting for you.
Yes. Tastes great.
Less filling. Mm-hmm.
But do you realize that there's only one more calorie per can of Miller Lite than there is Michelob Ultra?
That's why I stick with the Miller Lite. Oh,
Yeah.
they're stacking up back there about the 4th spot on this restart as Majulis sails it off into turn 1. I think it was Yeager, maybe Murtaugh had a little moment there coming down the hill in turn number 4 on that restart. But here we go. We're back to green flag action. Majulis trying to run away on this one. And look at this. We got one car ripping the top side. It's Richard Murtaugh Jr. Oh, yeah, going up there on the top. Here comes Yeager to his inside.
Yeager downstairs, Murtaugh right there, and then Matthew Logan right in the 41 behind him. They sit right behind Jason Salter. They work down the front straight away. The 48 machine of Yeager down on the inside. It's Richard Murtaugh going tall to the top.
Murtaugh trying to build that momentum, and he's got the run now, getting back in front of the 48 of Yeager. Yeager's got his hands full. Randall Carter right there. Matthew Logan behind him as they battle for the spots. As impressive run here right now. Murtaugh trying to make that high line work. We saw this earlier tonight, Jerry, with the big blocks. We saw some drivers kind of Lone Ranger on the high side. Eventually it come around for him.
Richard Murtaugh out there high, wide, and handsome and all alone. Need to get some help up there. Help clean that thing off, burn it in a little quicker is Richard Murtaugh. Right there, your leader. Does he have the steed to get the deed done? We'll find out as he works now down in the midsection of the racetrack. 41 of Logan back to the inside.
They continue to battle like that as now Murtaugh slides it up in turn number 1. He loses low ground there to Yeager, and he'll switch lines. He'll join the party on the bottom down there in the basement. As now these drivers are going to have to try to sort it out. How are they going to advance positions? And they're all trying to run about the same groove as the 37 of Randall Carter. He'll break formation. He'll try the middle line.
Yes, it is still Yeager, followed by Murtaugh. 41 of Logan and the 37 of Carter. That 4-car break or that 4-car pack right now trying to size each other up as Blake Majulis, Ryan Underwood, and Jason Salter all cruising around up front by themselves.
Yeah, look how close this has gotten, though, between Majulis and Underwood. Underwood is there, logging laps now, I think is what these top two are doing. We're going to just sort this thing out between the two of us. Let's log some time as the caution flag flies over the speedway once again. Yellow is out, and I think we may have trouble for that driver we've been watching so much tonight come through the field. I think Richard Murtaugh Jr. has some trouble here on this one, Jerry, as here comes the Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay.
We'll see what happens here. There you see the 33 of Murtaugh right there. Gets into the outside retaining wall just a bit. And then just loses the handle on the 33. Backs it up into the outside retaining wall.
Turn
Sure.
one definitely
Just-
been tricky.
Yeah, thing just turned. Eric Duffy says Bartles and James. Weren't those like wine coolers?
I think so.
Yeah. So technically, in my eyes, those don't count.
Tough break for Richard Murtaugh Jr. back there now in the 16th position, I see on scoring and timing. So tough break there for the driver of the 33, and hopefully he's still on track. So hopefully he's able to advance back through the field as best he can with some damage on that machine. I need to check on Evan C. We'll need to look at where he is on the field as we sort through things. You see the other 33 car in the field, back end all wrinkled up, and he's made his way back to the 9th position right now for that 33 after leading the first half of this race. So making some moves, salvaging some points, and he may have something to say on this one. It was looks like, Jerry, we've still got 26 laps to go on this one.
Little bit of action left in this one, as it is Blake Majulis out front, your race leader. Like we said, season finale next Sunday for our Miller Family Trucking Street Stocks. Dirtfans.com. 410 Sprint Cars, Envision Custom Graphic Big Blocks, and Mimi's Makings and Motions. Warrior Logistics, Super Elite Models. They will all close season 12 next Sunday, starting at 4 p.m. Eastern, right here on Ultimate Dirt TV.
I'll be logging some windshield time late in that day, so looking forward to getting to enjoy the racing action and watching it. Somebody else will be behind the wheel, but I hope not, I'll just listen in at the action here from all the racing going on here next to Sunday for that season finale. What a great season it's been. We've had some great racing here all year long, Jerry, and hope to wrap this one up here at Bristol with some more good racing and have some more of it next week.
Yes, so we will see what happens here. 55 of 75 in the books as we get ready to go. Green flag racing. Majulis going to romp the throttle. We'll go green flag down into turn number 1 and 2. It'll be Majulis down along the bottom side, bringing that 46 of Underwood with him. Then behind it, you see that 10 machine of Salter, Yeager, Logan, Carter, Whitfield, and C. They start to move their way on up through.
They're crashing there
Troubles.
off turn 4.
Troubles back there deep in the field. We stay to the green flag. If we do happen to get a yellow, we'll go back and watch that replay. But somebody getting out of shape, and at this place, when you get out of shape and have to lift, it's just like, it's like a cop car on the restrictor plate at Daytona or Talladega. That thing slows immensely, and you've got everybody creeping and crawling up the back of that machine. Speaking of creeping and crawling, look at this. Evan C. starting to creep in, crawl his way back into the top 5 as he right now sits 1 out in the 6th position.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on his advances. The 48 of Dylan Yeager. You see that car. He has used every bit of crinkle space on the tail end of that 48 machine and used every inch of the racetrack here tonight, trying to knock it down and make it the size of Richmond as he goes back up to the top right next to the concrete. He is battling with Matthew Logan, the 41 machine in turn number 1, and right behind them, Lyndon Whitfield has that 5th spot as they head down the back straightaway. 21 laps to go. Jerry, your leaders coming around to see 20 laps remaining here at Bristol. There are your leaders. It is Blake Majulis, Ryan Underwood chasing down in turn 2.
Majulis there in the number 1 spot. Underwood working the number 2 position. They will rock and roll down into turn number 3 and 4. It's still the goat out front, working it up front. Underwood right there in the number 2 spot. They'll hustle off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, Majulis has got company. Underwood is right there. Underwood is waiting for Majulis to make a mistake so he can capitalize and pin to win. Is down the front straightaway once again. It's still Majulis, your leader.
So Majulis back into 1 now with 18 to go. Here's that battle just behind them as Matthew Logan continues to run in 3rd. Lyndon Whitfield has the 48, has his car in the 4th spot, and that's a battle into the top 5 as we do a little peekaboo action over there in the corner. It looks like Dylan Yeager in the 5th spot. Cole Cabray now in 6th. Fletcher in the 7th position as we continue on here. Now 17 to go, coming to 16 laps remaining.
Still Majulis, your race leader. Underwood working the number 2 spot. There you see Dylan Yeager working the 71 of Cole Cabray. Cabray down on the bottom side in that 71. Then you see the 48 machine of Yeager up around the outside. They'll work off of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway, working lap number 66 this time. It's a great battle with Yeager and Cabray.
Cabray down there on the bottom. Yeager next to the concrete for the 5th spot. This is happening right behind Lyndon Whitfill, who runs in position 4. And these two drivers racing for position are chasing down Whitfill and may have a battle with him with 14 laps to go. Look at Yeager, though, staying really faithful to the high line. Jerry, he is ripping it around as these two drivers running out front. Majulis and Underwood, they've broken away from the rest of the field. In fact, Underwood right now is 2.7 seconds ahead of Matthew Logan, who runs in 3rd.
They work them on in there. Still Majulis and Underwood, 1 and 2, as we are coming to the closing circuits of this one. Just shy of 10 to go. Majulis and Underwood, 1 and 2. Logan, Cabray, Whitfill, Yeager, Carter, Fletcher, Freeberg, and Lobb, your top 10. Jason Salter, of course, he was in that little bit of a skirmish after the last restart, has rallied back up to an 11th place run, but it's still Blake Majulis. Got her wound up tight and whistling Dixie down the back straightaway.
Majulis will enter turn 3 with Ryan Underwood right there on his tail. Both of these cars still in fantastic shape as we see 10 laps to go on this one. Keep in mind, Majulis, he started 9th on the grid. Underwood, he was your quick timer tonight, started on the pole after winning our opening heat. That 46 machine stalking the 127. They nearly touch here off of turn 4. 9 laps to go now, Jerry.
Hustle on into turn number 1 and 2. It is time to win it or wear it. And that is exactly what both of these drivers are thinking. Majulis and Underwood working for the race lead. You see it, Underwood one more time looking to the bottom of the racetrack. Everything is locked down into the two grooves right there. They're racing on both ends of the speedway, and they are trying to stay in each other's tire tracks. It's still Majulis and Underwood, 1 and 2.
No lap traffic around these top 2 at this point. They've got a lot of clean air in front of them, so no traffic to worry about as they have 7 laps to go on this one and just 1 car length separating these two drivers after 73 laps here at Bristol. Majulis and Underwood, they're going to duke it out here as they come to see 6 laps to go. There's Cabray. He's got the 4th spot just behind Matthew Logan, who runs in 3rd.
You see Richard Murtaugh has dropped out of this one. Trying to see where Evan C. has ended up, as he also has stepped out of this one, as it is Majulis, Underwood, Logan, Cabray, your top 4, Whitfill, and 5.
Look at Cabray now working over Logan as they enter turn number 1, battling for that 3rd spot as we've got 5 fingers in the air, 5 laps to go on this one. Cabray's got to run to the inside, and he's got the 3rd spot now. Logan going to try to battle back in the middle groove, and he'll do so at the stripe.
Cabray down on the bottom side, Matthew Logan on the outside. They'll hustle side by side off of 2 and down the back straightaway. It is Cole Cabray, still your race leader. Cabray on out front, working there. Is your race leader coming up to lap traffic, the 127 of Blake Majulis.
Yeah, there is traffic about a half straightaway in front of Majulis right now, Jerry, and it may, as they were closing in on it pretty quickly, it may have just enough time to interrupt this run of your leaders. We've got 2 laps to go. Majulis slipping up the racetrack, maybe the handling going a little bit away for these top 2 drivers as they work the final couple laps off of turn number 4. White flag is in the air. Final lap on this main event. Can Underwood chase down Majulis in traffic?
We'll see what happens off of 2 and down the back straightaway. Lap car's going to heed the flag. They'll see the layover flag. They'll move it up out of the way, hold their line. Off of turn 4, going to pick up the first Super Elite Model win as part of the World of Thunder Series. It's Blake Majulis. Ryan Underwood going to the number 2 spot. Cole Cabre going to hold on to the third and final podium finish.
Wow, what a feature event here tonight, Jerry. It comes down to less than a half second between first and second here this evening after 75 green flag laps around the Bristol Motor Speedway. And that is going to do it on our Super Sunday Fun Day. Folks, stick around. We're going to hear from our podium finishers here tonight as we take a look at your Mimi's Makings and Motions, Warrior Logistics finishing order. Majulis, Underwood, Cabre, they're heading to the podium. Matthew Logan was 4th. Dylan Yeager finishes 5th.
6th on back going to be Lyndon Whitfull, Randall Carter, Robert Fletcher, Brandon Freeberg, and Jason Salter finishing 10th.
Just behind them, Mason Lobb, Tyson Pankow, James Ray, Eric York, and Evan C. going to complete tonight's top 15.
16 through 20 going to see Huey Quill and Richard Murtaugh Jr. Adam Hommerding. 19th, we'll scroll it on up, will be Daniel Powell, Austin Carr, 20th.
And your final finishers in the main event, John Ruggiero Jr., Brent Carter, Logan Rumsey, and Zach McSwain. Those are your 24 finishers that qualified for the show here tonight at the Bristol Motor Speedway. That puts the racing into the books here tonight. Looks like we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll hear from your top 3 tonight from Bristol here on Ultimate Dirt TV with the World of Thunder.
Welcome back here as it is the nightcap finishing on up Mimi's Makings and Motions Warrior Logistics. A main finished on up and running 3rd tonight. Cole Cabre. Cole just had to hang on to her that whole time back there for 3rd. It was up for grabs off and on, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I had a plan at the beginning of this thing since it was, 75 laps. 75 laps of Bristol is a long time, and the top was really good there early. I just knew if I would get up in there, I would end up taking my spoiler off. So I figured if I just ran back in 12th, 13th, I would be safe there for a little bit. Luckily, it worked out.
Exactly. Just kind of had to know where to go. Of course, this track, very new, very fresh to everybody. Have you had a chance to turn some laps on it other than tonight?
I ran a big block here for like 10 laps, and then I wrecked. So these are my first couple laps on this track, and definitely enjoyed it. It's, like I said, it's different, and but always fun to have something new.
Exactly. Who do you want to thank for the 3rd place podium finish?
D1R2 definitely, Diggs, ML Performance, everyone, Dylan Wilson and Scooter Black for making my cars look great like always. You guys for putting this on in iRacing.
There you go. Running 3rd tonight, Cole Cabre. And Sean, you've caught up with Ryan Underwood.
Well, Ryan, another good run here tonight for that 46 machine. What was the game plan there when we got inside of, say, laps to go with Majulis around the racetrack?
Really just sit there and ride and try to pick our marks. Him running the bottom, and I can't really get under him entering the corner. So, I can't really pass him. I just got to sit there and follow him around the racetrack. So we definitely had the car to win tonight. Really, speed really showed that. I followed him the whole way, start to finish. Yeah, it's kind of hard to pass on this racetrack, sadly.
When you were coming up there, about 5 laps to go, you could see some traffic up in the distance. How much were you paying attention to that and hoping you guys would get to them?
I really couldn't see him. I was all over him. I got in a wall going down the backstretch a few times because I really couldn't judge my distance. So, I probably would have pushed a little bit harder and tried to get him to mess up if I known there was lap cars in the way. But I mean, we'll just load up and see what we can do next week.
Yeah, you put the car on the trailer in one piece here tonight. Who do you need to thank?
Right at Team VLR, C High Performance, Tag 3 Defense, Dirty Grass Soul, Mecha Motorsports, Northside Graphics and Designs. All they do for me, Brant helping me know when I got room to do anything, and everybody on the car.
All right, there he is. Ryan Underwood, your runner-up here tonight at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Let's head back over to Jerry, who is catching up with Blake Majulis, tonight's main event winner.
Blake, I tell you, going from actually being at Bristol on Saturday night and hanging out with the, I seen a lot of posts you and Howard Weaver hanging out and just having a good time down there, to coming back, hurrying home, and having a good showing in the big blocks, and then dominating the supers here in the back half of this one.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting race. The line was pretty one lane predominant there. The bottom was just super fast, and fortunately, Evan, we got some netcode issues here, and he was dumped there and went to the back, and that kind of gave me the lead. Not really how I wanted to take a lead, but I nothing really in my hands about that. So, nothing you can do about netcode. So that kind of sucks for him for sure. But yeah, Ryan was pretty good there at the end, no doubt about it. He had a little bit more forward bite, a little more drive than me, about center off the corner, and he could get in a little bit better. But a win's a win, I guess. And looking forward to next week at Charlotte. We should have a good points lead going into there. So no reason we can't lock it up next week.
So now I'm not gonna lie, I did see some other people, but I did see some 127 industry T-shirts on Facebook from Bristol last night.
Oh yeah, yep.
You're kind of popular feller.
Yeah, it was a good time. Bristol was great. Fergie didn't get it done last night, so I had to take the job over and get it done here tonight. So we came to win here, and we did just that. But like I said, didn't get much practice here at all. I haven't ran this track since the update, since the track came out actually. Been busy with college, and been traveling a lot. I've got so much going on, so I haven't been really on much to test, and I think I was lacking a little bit there at the end. Like I said, I think Ryan was a little bit better, and I'm not afraid to admit that. But a win's a win in the end.
All right, so got a lot of people to thank. Who do you want to who gets you?
Yeah, well, like you said, everybody that buys the merch supports me. 127 Industries. I really appreciate everybody that supports me. And like I said, there's a lot of people that supports me, and it's pretty crazy to see the amount of people that really watch this stuff. It's really crazy just to see how far not only I've came, but just how far iRacing's came in general to when I first started 2 years ago. So I guess 2 years ago from now, I can't thank you guys enough for giving me the name I got and for broadcasting these races, because if it wasn't for you guys, there wouldn't be a 127 Industry. So I appreciate you guys and everything you guys do. D1RT Racing, Chris Ferguson Motorsports, ML Performance, Represent Limited, Reliable Energy Solutions, Jeff Swilley for everything he does. He's a big part of my program. Design 75, Swag Design and Media, CD Cinematography, BK Designs, Showtime Decals and Apparel. And like I said, you guys again, I appreciate it.
I tell you what, we say it once, we'll say it many times. Man, I look fast. That 127 at Blake Majulis putting that machine on in. So, Sean, this wraps up me and you for season 12 championship Sunday next Sunday. I hate to miss it, but we can't be everywhere. Somebody's asked if they could clone me, and I said no. One of me is enough. I don't think the world wants two. So
No, on behalf of everybody, no.
Yeah, I'll tell the cloning jokes. You just laugh at them and to yourself. Anyway, folks, it's been a great Super Sunday Fun Day. Sean, what a 75 lapper here at Bristol.
It's endurance for these drivers. Some, what comes out, what showed off to me there, these drivers really having some patience, and that's what got them to the front for finishes on the podium. That does it for us tonight, Jerry.
All right. So, race fans, it's been our pleasure having you tuned in here, watching the Mimi's Making His Motions Warrior Logistics World of Thunder Esports League Super Sunday Fun Day Super Late Model feature. So on behalf of the entire staff here, see all our great sponsors, Envision Custom Graphic, Miller Family Trucking, Golf Race Wraps, Mid-South Dirt Slingers, the Worldwide iRacing League, DirtFans.com, Warrior Logistics, and Mimi Making His Motion. They, of course, make everything happen for Season 12. Championship next weekend from Charlotte, North Carolina. I'll be there, just not there. So until then, have a safe trip home. Be good. God bless. And good night, everybody.